In this video, I'm going to explain every single Uber ride you can take in 2026. So let's say I'm going from Red Lion Tavern to 4100 Bar here in Silver Lake in Los Angeles, two great bars. The main first choice is UberX. I wanted to start with this one. This is the one that 90% of you are probably gonna take. A couple of different things. One, keep in mind in an Uber, you probably know this, maximum 4 people. One, of course, in the passenger seat up front, 3 in the back. Don't try to fit more people. I'll show you how to order an Uber XL in a second, but UberX is your main choice. Also, I want to say this. I have had some people be like, Mark, what's the difference between Uber and UberX? Technically, in a sense, the same thing in common speak. So Uber is the company, UberX is their main rideshare service. So in a sense, when someone says order an Uber, if we have to split hairs, technically they're saying, oh, we're gonna order an UberX, but keep in mind, ordering an Uber or UberX, same exact thing. It's your basic, most common ride via Uber. Next, we have wait and save. So this is a way to save money as it sounds. You do a wait and save. It's between 5 and 14 minutes, as you can see here. If I go back here, within 4 minutes. So keep in mind, you may have to wait a few minutes extra. Keep in mind with the wait and save though, a couple of different things. One, sometimes you do save a good amount of money. Like between here, it's only about, what is that? 30 cents. I do have a 25% promotion, but sometimes it's 30 cents. Sometimes it's like $5. So it does change. Also, it's kind of interesting with the wait and save. There are some times the wait and save gets there almost right away. So I do want to say that if you order the wait and save, it could get there in a minute or 15 minutes or anywhere in between. So keep that in mind that when you order the wait and save, don't expect it to take forever, although sometimes it does. It could get there at any time. That's kind of the pro and con of the wait and save, but as it sounds, it does save you money. Next is Uber XL. So this is if you have, let's say, 5 or 6 people with you. It's kind of interesting as a former Uber driver. I find that a lot of times there are surprisingly a lot of groups of 5. And I hated it, and I have to say this on this video, when people would come up to my car, and this is when I was driving with a Prius. So again, 4 seats, 1 passenger, 3 in the back, and they're like, can we squeeze 1 person in the back? Just don't do that, don't pull that move. Every Uber driver hates it when people do that. This is why you order an Uber XL. I mean, look, it's $14 if I were to get this ride. Between, like, say, 5 people, that's like, what is that, $2 to $3 a person? Like, just get the Uber XL if you have more than 4 people, as you can see here. Next, we have Uber Comfort. Now, there are some luxury options. We will get to those when it comes to ordering an Uber. And then you have your basic option, the most basic being UberX, like I showed you. Uber Comfort's kind of in the middle of that. So as you can see, it's about $1, maybe more than a regular Uber, or $2 more. To some people, they might prefer this. The cars typically are nicer, more legroom. Usually the drivers are a lot better. Like you have the more higher rated drivers. So for some people, they may say, hey, you know what? I want to be in a clean car that smells nice, with good legroom, with a good driver. For $1 or $2 extra, for some people, it may be worth it. Next, we have Uber Comfort Electric. Pretty straightforward here that basically it's a comfort ride, yet with an electric vehicle. Pretty straightforward there. As you can see though, it is a bit more expensive because it is an electric ride. Next we have Uber XXL. This is again for 5 or 6 people, or I guess might as well say this too. You can get an Uber XL if you only have 3 people with you. So I might as well mention that as a side note. Let's say you're like, you know what, I just really want to be able to be spread out in this car. You can order an Uber XL with, let's say, a couple people, but again, it's more optimal or mostly used when you have a group of 5 or 6. With Uber XXL, same concept, except with this, usually you're going to the airport with luggage. Because as you can imagine, in a typical Uber XL, let's say you have 4 people who have like a couple pieces of luggage with them, it might not fit in a normal Uber XL. You might be able to fit, but maybe not all your luggage as well. With an Uber XXL, it's a way bigger vehicle for a bunch of people plus the luggage. Then we have Uber Electric. It's an electric vehicle. So you're talking about like Teslas, other type of electric vehicles. Sometimes it's a bit more expensive, so you can look at this. Sometimes it's about the same price as an Uber. So if let's say you want to support the environment, if I say it like that, you can order an Uber Electric. Keep in mind, and this is true not only for Uber Electric, but a lot of these options, it does depend upon where you are. Like this is in LA. I feel like LA is like one of the hubs of like electric vehicles and like supporting the environment and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like electric vehicles are more common here. In a remote part of Iowa, maybe not as much. So keep in mind for each of these options, some of them might be more rare than others, and it does depend on the timeline. With a normal Uber, you can get it right away. But with, let's say, Uber Electric, depending on where you are, it might take 10 or 15 minutes. So some of these, as you can see here, I have a car in 5 minutes. Look at that, because sometimes these may take a bit longer if you really want a specific type of ride that's a bit more rare. Now we have Uber Pet. I do want to mention this, that if you do have a service animal, that does not count in the sense that if you do a normal Uber, but you have a service animal with you, you can be in that Uber, even if you don't order Uber Pet. But if it's a normal pet, as in it's not a service animal or anything like that, or an emotional support animal, basically it's a normal animal with no certifications, let me just say that, order Uber Pet. I do want to say this because I have seen some people be like, oh, I have my dog with me. I don't need to spend the extra few bucks to get Uber Pet. I'll just order a normal Uber. That can cause a lot of complications for the driver. Let's say the dog's, hair gets everywhere. Let's say the next person who gets into the car is allergic to dogs, right? When you order an Uber Pet, the driver's kind of prepared for an animal to be in it, of course. So if you are having a dog with you, don't just order a normal Uber. There's a reason why now they have a specific Uber Pet option. Next is car seat. Now you can see here to select time. This is one of those options that, depending on the situation, this may take a bit longer than you'd expect to get an Uber car seat ride. You can see here that when I was doing this, it was 3:17 when I was making these kind of setting up this ride, and it says leave as soon as 5:17. So you're looking at about a 1 to 2 hour window to order Uber car seat. So keep in mind, if let's say you do want a car seat in that Uber, I would suggest maybe booking this in advance or doing it way sooner than you think. There might be an Uber there in 2 seconds with a car seat, but again, this is one of those type of rides, because it's so specific, it may take a bit longer than normal to get one. Next, UberX Priority. This is basically you saying, I need an Uber as soon as possible. I need to go. Like, you need to go to the airport, you're late for a meeting, you're late for work, whatever the case is. It does cost a few extra bucks. I'll be honest, look at the times. Because I'll be honest, especially with Uber, I think this is a bit different with Lyft, to be honest, because Lyft also has a similar option called like Lyft Priority as well. Ubers come pretty quick, especially if you're in like a major city. So I feel like the difference between an UberX, or the main Uber, and UberX Priority might be almost nothing or only a minute, because a lot of times when I order an Uber, it's there within minutes. Same thing with UberX Priority. With Lyft, I'll be honest, like if you happen to use the Lyft app as well, it's a little different. Like I feel like the Lyft Priority is actually a lot more useful, because sometimes it can take a while to get a Lyft. With Uber, Uber's way more popular and more common than Lyft. So I feel like this, I'll be honest, isn't as necessary. But let's say you're late for a big meeting, you're late for a flight or whatever, and you're like, shoot, I need to get there ASAP. For $3 extra, it can be worth it just to really get the soonest possible Uber you can. Next, we have Uber Black. So now we're getting into the more, let's say, luxury options. Uber Black, as it sounds, a more luxury vehicle. It's a nicer car. Again, only fits maximum 4 people. But Uber Black's a great option if like you want to get there in style. Then we have Uber Black SUV. Again, maximum 6 people. So like if you have a few different people with you, not just 4, but maybe 5 or 6, you can get there in style with a bigger vehicle. Uber Black SUV, as you can imagine, pretty straightforward. Basically, it's Uber Black XL. Let me say it like that. Then we have a couple more, I'd say, health-based options, or depending on your situation, very specific options. First is Uber Wave. So this is like, say, if you want to have a wheelchair ride. This is something that, like I said, if you need a wheelchair and you need a Wave vehicle, to order more in advance than a typical Uber. I will say Wave vehicles are actually a bit more common now, so that's, I think, a really good thing. But keep in mind, like say, if you do have to be there you're on a time crunch, or you have to be there at a specific time, definitely suggest ordering in advance. And then lastly, Uber Assist. This is where, like say, the Uber driver will, like say, leave their vehicle, go to your front door, help you walk to the vehicle, and then after they drop you off, help you walk to your destination. Maybe it's like, even if it's like a block or two, where the situation is, right? So basically, this is something where the Uber driver will assist you when it comes to getting into the car, getting out, and going to your destination. Now, there's one really important thing I have to say about Uber pricing when it comes to 2026, and that is to look at all the options. Now, as a side note, and I promise you, this is ultra relevant, here at LAX, meaning at the Los Angeles airport, in case you didn't know, there's an area right now called the LA Laxit, right? And basically, or excuse me, LA Exit, I think is how it's pronounced. Basically, when you get off the plane, you have to get into a shuttle, and it drops you off at a rideshare station where you can get an Uber or a Lyft if you want. However, if you order an Uber Black, it can pick you up curbside. So a lot of people sometimes say, and this could be true for your airport, I would suggest looking into the airport terms in your given city, that hey, sometimes paying the extra money for an Uber Black is better because it picks you up right curbside rather than having to take a shuttle, wait for the shuttle, you get on it, it drives, it drops you off, then you order an Uber Lyft. It's just like another step after traveling, let's say, all day. That being said, I always suggest to people, look at the pricing because when it comes to the algorithm, the spectrum of how cheap or expensive an Uber, being more specific, an UberX, so the most basic Uber can be, is pretty big. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. There are a lot of times where I go to order an Uber and I'm like, oh man, it's 20 bucks. It's kind of pricey, like Uber's surging. And in case you didn't know, when you order an Uber, and most people know this, but I might as well mention it, when you order an Uber when it's a peak time, let's say an event just got out, it's a Friday night, maybe morning commuting hours, et cetera, usually it's more expensive because it's dynamic pricing. And when it's surging, meaning there's a lot of traffic, you're gonna have to spend more for that Uber. That being said, there are a lot of times, like say I go to order an Uber, it's like 20 bucks. I'm like, dang, it's surging. But Uber Black is 17. I'm like, wait a minute. How come a normal Uber is $3 more than a Black ride when a Black ride is a luxury ride? It's a nicer ride. It's a nicer vehicle. This is something to look into. And like I mentioned with the airport, for example, more times than not, I'm not exaggerating when I say this, more than 50% of the time, when I, like say, get dropped off at LAX, or excuse me, I land at LAX, and I go to check the Uber app, more times than not, an Uber, a normal Uber, an UberX, is more expensive than Uber Black. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I can either do the whole LA Exit BS of getting on the shuttle, getting there, and spending a lot for an Uber, or I just order an Uber Black that picks me up curbside and is cheaper. Always check the pricing of all the different rides, because you'd be surprised how sometimes even a more luxury ride can actually be cheaper.